Journey through the Self, Patanjali's Yogic Psychology and the Layers of Consciousness. 1. Introduction. Patanjali's vision for spiritual discipline. Patanjali, in his foundational teachings on yoga, begins by emphasizing the necessity for a disciplined life, a code of conduct that educates and prepares us to maintain spiritual balance in all circumstances. This discipline is not for suppression, but for liberation. 2. What is yoga? The restraint of Citta Yoga is famously defined by Patanjali as Citta Vritti Nirodh, the cessation of the fluctuations of consciousness. But this Citta goes far beyond what we commonly understand as the mind. 3. Breaking down Citta, mind, intelligence, and ego. Citta is a composite of manas, mind, buddhi, intelligence, and ahamkara, ego. These elements form the infrastructure of our conscious experience, yet the self exists independently, deeper than these components. 4. The concept of the self in yogic philosophy. The self is the inner observer, the source of the I thought. It is the subject of all experience, unlike the mind and ego, which function as tools. This self is illuminated by the sattvic, pure quality of Prakriti, nature. 5. The temple metaphor, soul versus self. Indian temple iconography beautifully explains this distinction. The base idol, unmoved and permanent, represents the universal soul, Atman. The bronze idol, mobile and ceremonial, symbolize the individual self, our current experience of identity. 6. From body to soul, the path of awareness. Eastern wisdom charts a journey from the external organs of action, karmendriyas, to the senses of perception, gyanendriya, and deeper into the mind, intelligence, ego, and individual self, asmita, until the soul, atma, is realized. 7. Asmita, the chameleon of I, consciousness. Asmita, or the sense of I, has no inherent moral weight. It adapts based on the practitioner's development. When grows, it appears as pride. When refined, it becomes the closest veil before the soul. 8. Ahamkara and inner conflict. A creative battlefield. The ego, ahamkara, evolves too, depending on its composition of tamas, inertia, rajas, activity, or sattva, purity. Challenges, like fear, are born from this ego. Overcoming fear becomes a creative act, a transformative struggle. 9. Asana as a tool for self-realization. Patanjali's yoga isn't just spiritual, it is experiential. The headstand, Sirsasana, for instance, embodies the conflict between courage and fear. When harmonized, Asmita dissolves in Satsitananda, pure being, consciousness, and bliss. 10. The seven sheaths, kosas, of human existence. Yogic philosophy describes 7 kosas or layers: Annamaya kosa, physical body; Pranamaya kosa, vital energy; Manomaya kosa, mind, emotions; Vijnanamaya kosa, intellect, discrimination; Anandamaya kosa, bliss sheath. Citta, Mehet, consciousness; Atman, the soul. Each sheath represents a layer to be understood and transcended. 11. Body, mind, and beyond. The 3 bodies. These kosas are grouped into 3 bodies: gross body, Karya Sarira; anatomical sheath, subtle body, Suksma Sarira; mental, vital, and intellectual sheaths, causal body, Karana Sarira; blissful spiritual sheath. True yoga integrates all 3 for full awareness. 12. Mind and brain, instruments of consciousness. The mind is dynamic. It senses, remembers, desires, and identifies. It is considered the 11th sense organ. The brain, on the other hand, is the tool of the mind. When trained into silence, it becomes the gateway to deep intelligence and realization. 13. The goal of yoga, reaching the divine core. The ultimate purpose is not only to discipline the mind but to reveal the divine core, the Atman. Through clarity of intelligence and even distribution of energy, the aspirant experiences harmony within all layers of being. 14. Conclusion. From mental noise to inner stillness. Patanjali's teachings are not abstract, they guide us from the outer shell of physical experience to the inner stillness of being. When the mind is silent and intelligence radiant, the self merges with the soul, and yoga becomes a lived truth. Her final word in today's distracted world, revisiting Patanjali's map of consciousness, is more relevant than ever. Yoga is not escape, it is engagement with the self at its deepest level. Let the process begin, one breath at a time.